Day 3. Desmond Doss, the unarmed hero. The wind off the Pacific carried the smell of smoke and salt as the USS Pierce approached Okinawa in the spring of 1945. The island ahead was shrouded in haze, but the sound of war was unmistakable distant artillery, the occasional thunderclap of naval guns, and the low, constant hum of fear that every soldier carried in his gut. Among the men of the 77th Infantry Division stood a slight, soft-spoken medic named Desmond Thomas Doss. He wore the same olive-drab uniform as the rest, but there was one thing missing from his gear: a rifle. Doss was a conscientious objector. He refused to carry a weapon not out of cowardice, but because of his Seventh-day Adventist faith. To many of his fellow soldiers, that made him a liability. Some mocked him, others outright hated him. But Doss didn't come to the war to kill. He came to save lives. The true test of his conviction came at a place the men called Hacksaw Ridge, a sheer cliff face leading up to a plateau, bristling with Japanese machine guns, mortars, and bunkers. The first assault was chaos. Bullets snapped through the air, explosions tore men apart, and the cries for medics came from every direction. Doss ran toward the gunfire. He moved from one wounded soldier to another, dragging them to the edge of the cliff, tying a rope around their bodies, and lowering them down to safety. Each time when the rope went slack, he whispered a quiet prayer: "Lord, please help me get one more." Hour after hour, as the battlefield turned into a hellscape of mud, blood, and fire, Doss kept going. He crawled on his belly to reach men pinned down by enemy fire. He ignored the pain of shrapnel tearing into his leg. He even treated wounded Japanese soldiers who had been left behind, refusing to see an enemy where he saw a human life. By the end of the day, Desmond Doss had single-handedly saved 75 men. 75, without ever firing a shot. When the Army later awarded him the Medal of Honor, the first ever given to a conscientious objector, his citation didn't just list his acts of heroism. It spoke of his outstanding bravery and unflinching determination in the face of almost certain death. Doss never saw himself as a hero. He once said, "I couldn't live with myself if I didn't stay true to what I believe." Lesson of the day: courage isn't always about charging forward with a weapon in hand. Sometimes it's about holding your ground in your beliefs, even when everyone around you doubts you aren't, proving that your strength lies not in taking life, but in saving it.